Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, family? Um, Drive, gang, you know what I'm saying? We in our own world, got our own structure. We're entrepreneurs. What up, what up, what up? Business people, musician, artists, all that. Check this out. The thing I want to talk about this morning, and y'all finna start seeing my life go up and up and up because I'm gonna stay consistent. I'm the type of person I like to work. I want to talk about um, the life of a struggling entrepreneur and how long it takes to really get off the ground. I don't want to tell you no time frame on what it takes to get off the ground as a business person because if you could save up $1,000 and work, you gotta pay other people to start your business. Now they just started this thing where you can pay somebody $1,000 and they'll start your business up if you're an everyday worker. You just have to find those higher ups in the business community. I don't consider us a community. I consider us a class. Like my mom, I consider her middle class. She, you know what I'm saying, right above, um, I guess, poor class. Then you have first class. First class people live a very luxury lifestyle. First class people, I think they just the people that can afford to spend more money. They make more money during the year, so they can afford to spend more money in the year. These people can be your congressmen, your entrepreneurs, people like that. But business class, in my opinion, is people that it don't matter if you're poor, you're middle, or rich. If you don't own your own business, you're not business class. If you don't understand the structures and the things that come with business, you're not business class. So, number one, I'm gonna start with the 48 laws of power. Watch who you offend. Never outshine your master. When you're in a business and you went to school for it and you prep for it and you got a certification after certification for it and you did all these things to structure your business and your lifestyle, that is not an easy task, and people need to learn to respect that that's not easy. So hold on. All right, my bad, y'all. About to split in the video. I'm gonna merge the video. So basically, with the business class, when you did all of that work by going to school, getting a certification, you're using brain power. You're not using physical strength. The strength is in your mind. So in business, there's a lot of secrets to business. So let's start by classes, right? So say if you're poor class, you're in a low tier of class or low tier of you're only making between 30,000 and less a year. If you can manage to save $1,000, you can have somebody to create your business for you. A lot of people not gonna tell you that because they're not in business. So the thing is, when people are working, or they have poor jobs, or they have poor education, you have to understand that's why a lot of people feel kind of sorry for them that have a certain amount of education and they make a certain amount of money. But check this out: people struggle with different things on every level. So when you're in poor class, now they got a thing on the poor class that people don't understand, and that is called being a bum. Now I'm in the park. I smoke cigarette. Why is I don't know y'all can see it, but bruh, at night I'm not gonna give up my location, but I'm in one of the dopest little spots at night because at night the city shine. It's like four other parks like this. You know what I'm saying? That you can see the city at night. So, it's a dope spot to be in at night. Is dope spot to be in early in the morning. And at midday, you can see the city, but the city just look like the sun shining down or whatever. You know what I mean? It's better to kind of get close to the buildings in the day. Well, I want to talk about bombs first. The reason why I'm jealous of bombs, the bomb don't have to do nothing but ask for help. He don't have real bills. If he's on like EBT, the EBT covered his phone. And I was complaining, I'm like, man, how these homeless people have phones? Because 9 times out of 10, they get food stamps. And they get food stamps and they get EBT. The EBT can cover their phone. As long as they're getting food stamps and EBT, they can have a phone every day. That's no bill. That's food bill. You also can pay for water. Now the thing that homeless people cannot get is a nice shower. But that's also a lie. If you was homeless, you can go to the homeless shelter and take a shower. They do it every day. They got homeless shelters in the city where you can go to their shelter and take a shower. So dirty ass homeless people that don't have weapons on them, I don't understand why they not at the homeless shelter. So the thing that makes me jealous about them is that they can wake up, beg people to have money in their pocket, right? And then they just waste it on getting drunk and high. It is a very carefree lifestyle, bro. Very, 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 very carefree. Now the thing that makes me jealous about it is as an entrepreneur, they say we live a carefree lifestyle. We get to dress how we want, eat how we want, go where we want. It seems very free and luxury, right? But it comes with a certain amount of stress. You just can't spend money and expect to have money. You have to be able to generate money and know when to spend money and how to spend money to have money. So people that are bums, I get real jealous of them because I went to jail because I was just how I want. I'm living how I want and want to go where I want to go. And they got jealous of me. Talking about he's smoking, he's selling drugs. And the whole time, man, I'm just trying to enjoy a piece of bud. Now, the thing they use is called Rellos. I wasn't using a Rello. I was using the BLK. Now, what I would do with the BLK was I would empty the tip of it. You empty the tip of the BLK. You could stuff the weed in the tip of the BLK. It just be relaxed. The amount of stress that I have to deal with, it made me feel like, hey man, I need something to calm my nerves because number one, I like women. So let's talk about the women and I haven't been able to meet women in business class because I'm not traveling as much as I need to yet. I think that's when I'm gonna end up bumping into the girl that's in like that got her shit together because she's gonna travel. She has to give herself vacations. She has to give herself a break because if she don't, she's gonna always work from home and work from a office. That's the life of an entrepreneur. It don't matter if her office is a salon. It don't matter if her office a suite that have a desk in it. It don't matter if her office is in a penthouse in one of these ginormous buildings. She has to eventually take a break from all that work. And they work salary. The people that real entrepreneurs don't work salary. They pay themselves. But when you have a big corporate job, you make salary pay. You know what I'm saying? That's that. Now you see the classes. So I get jealous of that. Now middle class people, do I get jealous of middle class people? Not that much. Those the people I actually feel. Poor class is alright. Like you poor, you really don't know what stress is. You don't really know what having burdens is other than paying the struggles of paying the bills and trying to figure out how to get to the next level in life. That's understandable. But middle class have the resources to pay their bills. They make 60 grand or 80 grand, between 80 to 60 grand a year. $40,000, you can get away with stuff. You can invest your 40 if you make 40,000 a year. But 40,000 a year, if you save it at the end of the year, you probably live in the hood, but at the end of the year, you'll be doing quite decent, to be honest. My bad, y'all. I had to reach down for something. So, you'll be doing quite good at the end of the year. But 60 and 80 grand, you could really afford, because you got to think about it. Most places, it's like 2,000, 3,000 on rent. You could live with the higher ups. You know what I mean? Because you can pay for rent, the ashes from the cigarette. They were like, why you smoke cigarette? Bro, I'm finna quit all that shit because I wasn't smoking my little tree. I went to jail on a piece of bud. I bought a dime sack of weed. Dude didn't buy it. He said, man, I got some new strain. Do you want to check it out? I was just like, yeah, that's cool. I'll check it out for you. He was like, man, da 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 da. I don't want to go into detail about our conversation, but he wanted to know the details on how I was doing, wah. And I'm like, I'll give you just a tad bit, but I'm not finna tell you my secrets because, number one, I don't want you to think I'm finna be joining your parade or whatever the fuck you got going on without getting to know you first. So I'm like, you know what I mean? And I tested the weed out, and I'm going to jail. Dude just gave me the weed for free, bro. I get out of jail and I call him like, yo, what's up, bro? What happened, bro? What happened? Dude, he was like, hey, yo, bro, let me hit you right back. I'm like, all right. So that's the curve. Anybody know what that? Let me hit you right back. It's a curve. After that, he didn't answer his phone no more. I'm like, bro, that's so suspicious, dog. That's so suspicious, dog. So now I'm paranoid on everybody that does that because it happened 3 times in a row. They literally, I'm like, this is where this cycle is coming from. When I was cutting hair, I was being a barber. They didn't realize I was at the job all day and I forget to eat. So I started smoking weed to make sure I get hungry. I smoke a blunt in the morning. Piece. I would tell you what I would do. I would break the blunt in half. I would smoke a piece of the blunt for breakfast. But when I get a break, because I'm not tired or hungry, I would take a break. Whenever I take a break, I'll smoke another piece of blunt. That would remind me, hey, you're hungry, nigga. You're hungry. Do you feel a little tired? Take you a break. You're hungry, you're a little tired. Take a break. Now, physically, I might not be tired because my body is used to standing up from 8. Some people want to get haircuts at 6 in the morning, bro. You have clients that want to come to your barbershop or salon, wherever you work, at 6 in the morning because of their schedule. Like, man, my day is busy. I have to get up. I work in the evening. I go in like 1 o'clock in the morning. I need to get my hair cut first thing in the morning. So they'll call you like, hey man, you at the shop? It's like 6 in the morning. Are you at the shop? All right, yeah, I'm at the shop, bro. I made it in, come through. Bro, if you don't eat breakfast before 6 o'clock, by 8 o'clock, you're going to be hungry. But if your body is used to doing that, because you have clients that are that consistent. You have 2 or 3 clients that come before 8 o'clock every day. You gotta understand, in the city of Atlanta, that's like the average haircut right now is $50. That's like $100 every day before 8 o'clock. So by the time 8 o'clock hit, when the natural order of business started happening, you're like, man, I don't want to miss that. I want to stay in my workstation so I can make that money Of the other people that consider themselves early birds, well, we know they're not early. You know what I'm saying? These people that just come when the shop opens, that's considered early to them. You know what I mean? And you don't want to miss that. So that's when I started picking up that habit. And then I realized, bro, this habit right here is a bad habit. It's not a good habit in business. Number one, you giving your money to somebody who sell drugs. So, and number two, all the people that sell drugs in Atlanta are bums. So technically, you're giving your money to the people that beg. I didn't know that until when I came home. I was with this dude. He looked like the type of dude that supposed to sell. That's supposed to have, have the good stuff, as people would say. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna deal with you, bro. It's like medicating yourself is supposed to be kind of like a natural thing, but it's another thing when you're overdoing it, and that habit is controlling your life. Like the stronger drugs, like the white and the brown, and they got the K's and all that shit, man. Whatever, man. Then I don't do none of that. That's a stronger drug. Now K2 is not that strong, but it's a different type of drug. It's not. It's definitely not as healthy. Then and weed is supposed to be a herb. You know what I mean? So I'm into fitness. I'm into like eating healthy. So I'm like consuming a herb that medicates me, or what other people would say gets you high. You know, to me, I didn't think it was a negative, but it is a bad habit. So as an entrepreneur, please stay away from the marijuana. Or if you want to indulge in the marijuana, do not buy it from bums. I didn't get in trouble until I started buying weed from bums. And all the bums was doing was telling on all the niggas that walked around looking good. Now, when I came home, I had a homeboy named Twin back in the day from downtown Atlanta. Yeah, everybody in Atlanta be like, "What's up, Twin?" They know, all right, I'm finna get what I need from Twin. Twin, that nigga. But Twin was hot as hell. So Twin ended up getting in a little trouble. He lost his screw, right? He was able to make bond. He bonded out. So when I got a chance to talk to Twin, his swag was gone. He had to wear other type of clothes and try to figure out how to survive. He started wearing colors we wear. Twin had a 5-point star on his neck, dripping red. He walked around green, blue, and white and black. That's not technically my colors. My colors is blue, royal blue, gold, white, and black. So, Twin didn't know that though. Twin just referencing back what he seen, just how I be dressing around. See, I wear olive green sometimes. I wear dark green sometimes. I wear light green sometimes. I just like the color green because green, like we outside right now, it look luxury. Imagine I was at my own luxury compound and I'm sitting under the trees. I look like I done made a lot. I did good for myself, but I'm in a park. So, with Twin, I was like, man, Twin, man, what probably was going on? He telling me what's going on. He was like, man, I'm finally finna get back, man. These dudes, man, that got me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so now I'm looking at Twin like, Twin, did you tell to get out, nigga? So, that's why you don't never hear me popping my shit, be like, what's up, Twin, to everybody. I say Twin to my homeboys because I want them to get in my energy. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not trying to get or match my energy with this drive and this hustle, I don't want my homeboys to deal with what I deal with because the way I structured my company, I want to be the person that go and do these things because I feel like that's what give me my adrenaline. That's what keeps me going. That's what gets me in the mood of nonstop. And they didn't they didn't work for that. You know what I'm saying? They just my homeboys, just people that I knew, that I kind of grew up with. So middle class people, they have what we call middle class jobs. These are jobs that work for people that are super rich. You know what I mean? A lot of people be on salary, and some people be on what we call uh, time and pay. So as an entrepreneur, you don't get time and pay. So that's where you can kind of get jealous of the middle class person, because these people, man, they get paid for their time. They go in, they clock in, and they clock out. They're going to get paid a certain amount. It don't matter they work hard or work less. And a lot of those people learn to work a lot less, so they do the bare minimum to keep their job and to stay out of trouble. I'm jealous of that because I can't do a bare minimum. I can't just show up and just do my specific task and just go home. And I'm gonna get a paycheck that hits my bank account every month. I had to struggle. I had to go through the rings and the wires of entrepreneurship. I had to build and create with entrepreneurship. I had to constantly think and be creative. Those people don't. They just wake up and go get a check and go home. So let's talk about high class. High class people, um, it's a very, very, very stressful life. Those people, man, um, those people, we don't necessarily know their stresses because their stresses don't evolve around money. So their stresses is different. Say if I own a McLaren, a McLaren car is like a 250 or $300,000 car, right? But you gotta still get it service and maintenance and get gas like everybody else. So if you drive around in that car and it's not paid off, you have to pay the car note on that. And if you got to pay the car note, that means you're paying the insurance on it. And if you're paying the car note and the insurance on a $300,000 car, if your car $30,000 and it's 500, so do you think those people that own a $300,000 car, how much you think they ticket costing them a month? You think it's not probably 10 times more than yours? And then they gotta pay insurance. And then on top of paying insurance, they gotta pay for gas and maintenance. If I own a $300,000 car, I wouldn't even want to drive it like that because I want the value to stay on the car. Don't you? When you think that, so you know you have to deal with that. So now I gotta still thinking about how I'm gonna get around. Um, will people judge me if they see me in a Honda? Now, this it's not a jealousy thing, but you gotta understand when other people get jealous of people. Like they had a video this year of Lil Baby. He going to Popeyes in the West Side in a Honda. They mad at Lil Baby because he don't want to put miles on his car. Tell me, man, I can't believe Lil Baby that fell off. He in a Honda. I'm like, bro, as an entrepreneur, as somebody who trying to be wise with his money and try to keep the value and the ticket value of those cars depreciate as soon as you drive off the lot. And nobody want that big bulky ass Bugatti. But every other car that's outside, you know what I'm saying? These cars depreciate as soon as you drive them. And if you got like a Maserati, they really hit the shit. You would have been paid 200, 250 for the Mozzie, and in 3 years your car's $70,000. Like, bro, like my shit just dropped down there 2/3 of the actual value. That's why when people buy those cars, they drive them. I don't blame them. You might as well drive the car. This is an everyday drive. This ain't a car that in a year time, if you pay 250 or 300 for it, it's still like 230. You know what I'm saying? This car gonna dip. So just take what comes with the dip on the car. So that's car cool. But Maserati is really, really dope cars. As an entrepreneur, you get a chance to walk by or drive by. Basically, go. I'd rather walk because you can see more. But you get the chance to see dealerships, right? And one thing, they got a Maserati called a C2. The Maserati C2. It is a extremely beautiful car in person. When you see that car and it's sitting next to the Gran Turismo, it's a big difference. You like, yeah, it's probably $50,000 more or $100,000 more, but this car looks extremely foreign. It looks like a toy racing car. So that's how I look at the Mazda. So let's just roll it back while I'm making this video today for the homeless people. Of course, we supposed to get back to you. Of course, we supposed to, you know, be nice to you. But you ever heard this saying that the people that you hang out with the most is the people you most likely gonna become? It ain't no disrespect to homeless people and bums, but bro, I don't want to hang out with you as an entrepreneur because you see me outside all day. Now, y'all was fighting me at first. I get it, you want to better your situation. But if you spending all your time and money and resources, bro, think about it. If I was homeless, if I this information they don't know though. They didn't know all you had to do is save up $1,000 and you can get somebody else to build your business. Now it not gonna have your touches on it, but to get it registered with the state, you know, get the CN or your EIN and all that, the business numbers, the things that makes you a living, breathing organization in a business, bro, you can pay people $1,000 or less to do that type of work for you. You could pay me to do that type of work. I know it. You don't know what to do. I know what to do, and I might just start it up on my Fiverr account. So when I plug this in, just know I'm gonna put the Fiverr account into the link where you can go and I can help start your business. Because I want to generate those type of friends. I want to generate those type of people into my life. I'm also gonna put in the link, not my phone number, but an email where you can also reach me at on a business sense. So you will be able to know, all right, these things can be done. And like I said, to start your own business, most companies on average is gonna cost that's loud. City life. But most business to start them up is gonna cost you about $1,000. Now me, I have my own website. I have my merch line coming. Look out for that. My merch line is coming. I got contracts on the line right now. So my life is finna change drastically night and day. And that's what happens when you're in business. You know what I mean? The work is soon gonna pay off. Believe that it's gonna pay off. You have to understand that it's gonna pay off. You have to believe that it's gonna pay off. Now the thing that I suggest every entrepreneur to go and do, and this is expense. Instead of looking at the cars and people's houses and where they stay, you need to look into what type of lawyers and accountants these people have. This is not a motivational thing. These are just, you know, goals I'm telling you you must include into your business. For 5, 6 years, I told myself since 2017, I need to go get me a lawyer. I need to go find me a good lawyer and a retainer. I can't lie. I can't give y'all the lawyers I found because the way that my business is structured. But I do know how to find them. So when you come to my my startup to get me to start your business up, I'm gonna give you all the resources and links on how to find an adequate lawyer and an adequate accountant. Now, why do you need a lawyer and accountant? Just like me, bro. They gonna always say you sell drugs to make your money. Because you gotta think about it. The police, he only works with a high school education, like most people in the world, especially in America. But once you go to college, I have college education. And I know some people like, I don't want to go to college, I don't like school. That's why you pay people like me that went to college and got the information. You have to pay us, bro. Because you're we're taking away the time that it costs, that would have cost you, that you don't want to waste. So when you're 19, 20 years old, and you like, man, I want to be an entrepreneur like I did, you don't got to go through 6 years of figuring out school and certification and networking. Your network is your net worth. I'm not going to give you all of my contacts, but I have some very high power contacts. Even with my lawyer is very distinctive. He don't even live around me. I had to go visit my lawyer. A couple of my jobs that I do, as far as like my other hustles, guess what? My lawyer, he doesn't deal with those businesses at all. You understand that? Like he doesn't deal with those type businesses at all. So even as a barber, they're like, man, you need a lawyer. As a barber, I don't think most barbers make enough to retain a lawyer. But I suggest that in every level of business, you should retain a lawyer. Now, accounting, this is why you want to attain a lawyer with accounting. I can't tell you what I know about taxes. You have to pay for that. So make sure you go to that Fiverr account, communicate. And, I'm going to let you know what time it is as far as like what you need and what comes with doing your taxes. But you have to pay that fee for that type of advice. Now, what's cool is if you say, hey man, I'm in the city of Atlanta, I can't afford that ticket price for the startup. That's a beautiful girl right there. For the startup, how do I do it? Hey man, have you ever heard the Jay-Z effect? You gonna take the dinner with Jay-Z or the fit or the 500,000? That the same way in entrepreneurship. You don't gotta pay that big fee because you live way across the world. If you can come to me, you could just take me out for dinner. And I'm gonna tell you how this is such a good thing in business. Bring food to the table. And the number one way of bringing food to a rich man's table is to invite him out to eat. Me personally, I can't eat everywhere in Atlanta because I don't trust people and people are very jealous. But I wouldn't mind going out to eat. I might get something to drink and I might get an appetizer. I might not go get no what they call that dinosaur steak, that big ass 5 ounce, 10 ounce steak. I'm not gonna go get that. I just get an appetizer and something to drink because the whole point of the dinner is to communicate. You know what I'm saying? Now, also, for us to go to that next level of me taking the time out to do the work for you, you still have to pay that fee because I'm taking time out of my day to help entrepreneurs. And that's why I started the YouTube channel because the YouTube channel helps me with my day-to-day life. This is what I do day to day outside of being a musician. I love music, I love art, I love fashion. I do it every day. But, you know, I'm not what we call all the way on yet, as they would say. I'm not all the way on yet. I don't want to pretend to be all the way on. I like to use my time wisely. While I have the space and opportunity to do the things that I want to do now, I want to be properly prepared to be in the position that I want to be in. This position shouldn't be next year or 2 years from now. But people will cause that to happen to you because they think you're moving extremely fast. And the only way you're living that fast if you have to be doing something illegal, because their mind is on a high school level. They don't see what we see when you go to college. They never took psychology 102. They never took science, you know, the biometrics of science 101 and 102, where you're working in labs. You understand how to scientifically break things down from a microscopic point of view. All these things, they does play a part in business. Some people are like, oh, that's you supposed to say do. I don't like being politically correct and always reaching deep inside of my vocabulary because I'm already well spoken. Because I could be talking to y'all like, well, ain't it, bro? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Be on my everyday hood rich stuff. But in business class, you want to be in a position where you can articulate yourself and speak to people because they want to know that you know what you're talking about. My business, you can look online, it's registered with the state. It's been functioning for 5 years. It's paid up. I don't have no fees. And I went to jail 2 or 3 times since I started my business. All because I didn't have that lawyer. And my businesses wasn't as strong. So they try to make me seem like a shady businessman. Like they did my mentor. I just found out that man, people thought he was shady, bro. I ain't trust that man. When I met him, I thought I found the pot of gold. I'm like, I finally found me a rich mentor. He didn't teach me no bad business ethics, but when I got into his shop, they may have had bad business ethics like smoking weed to remember to eat. That's kind of a bad business habit. It goes beyond an ethic because ethic got to do with how you deal with people. Now, when I was at this the moving company was more so for like entrepreneurs, but you're only selling like moves, like moving people furniture and moving people and cleaning people apartments out. I learned a lot of bad ethics in that because they was trying to figure out ways to get more and more and more and more money for less and less pay. You cannot cheat people out of their money. You got to figure out ways to technically work with the people and make sure they're satisfied. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna do $1,000 job on a moving company, some people feel like they need you to be around them all day because they paid at least a week or 2 weeks worth of pay to you. They don't want you to be around them for 30 minutes to an hour for $1,000, bro. What's up, y'all? What's up? End of a long week. This vlog probably like a day late. Today is Monday. I'm still trying to put it out tonight. It's about time I get like a retwist and a haircut. You know what I'm saying? I had to like catch up on life because, nigga did like 10 days in the county earlier this month. It probably like last month. I did like 10 days. The court told me to call back within a month. So when I called back, they was like, man, it might be a drag on your case. You know what I mean? So I'm like, shit, I'm finna just go back to living my life, basically. You know what I mean? Until they send notice that, hey, you know what I mean? It's time for you to come to court. And they not gonna, my family ain't gonna not let me know. I'm gonna call my dad. I'm gonna call my family and see what's going on. I'm gonna tell my dad how I got my situation set up and how I got out. But I'm gonna let y'all know the reason I got out is because my lawyer out of California. Um, he was a young lawyer, but he's kind of like spread it out. That's something that I did not want to deal with. I wanted a lawyer that can really focus on making sure I get those contracts. And, I think that lawyer had, what would you call that? He had a misunderstanding on who I was because, my phone kept getting stolen. So it kind of was making me delayed on a lot of my finances because I always got to go get another phone. You know what I mean? And it's not because of the price of the phone, it's that I had to start, I was losing contacts. Like I was losing, I had found me a personal bodyguard. I lost his contact because the phone got stolen. My manager, I had lost my manager contact, but I knew how to get in contact with my manager. But you know what I'm saying? It's the fact that I got to go back through the process on finding the manager. But because I was emailing the lawyer, you know what I'm saying? I'm emailing my agents. I was able to like, stay in full like building mode. And the reason I took my time for the last 5, 6 months, I would say seven, it's the eighth month of the year, 7 months. I started like January when I went to the next level as far as like conducting business in the music industry. Because last year I did pretty good. I did with like the underground scene. I was just fresh home, so I got a chance to do a couple like pop up shows or whatever they call it. Basically like what would you call it? Like they not talent shows, but they like for clubs like open mics. I did a couple open mics last year. I did a lot of events last year. So the people that I was competing against, they found out I was going through Eventbrite. Oh, he's using Eventbrite to go to these events. And I'm like, technically, only because you know that's what I was using because I just came home. But what they didn't know was I'm still that same person, but I evolved business wise as far as like as an adult. But as a young dude, when we was at Clark Atlanta, I was over there for like a semester. I didn't use Eventbrite. And back when I was traveling around down the south, I called it a triangle life. Where I lived from, I moved from Alabama to Florida back to Georgia, and I was in that pyramid of entrepreneurship for about quite a while, to be honest, until I just made my mind up. You need to just commit to Atlanta for a while because Florida is actually it's a large state, but their cities are spread it out because of the way Florida is shaped. And the Florida state itself don't get along with each other. So, people don't know this, but the politics in Florida is, certain cities don't rock with that city like that. That's why you don't see a whole bunch of artists collaborating in the state of Florida. I think that's pretty much everywhere. You know, in every state, it's a city that wants to be the dominant city. So it's like that in Atlanta. So say as an artist, I got locked up in like North Georgia, in a small town in North Georgia. If I would have walked that yard in North Georgia, I was gonna have problems. And the reason I was gonna have problems, not because I'm soft, is because they want to prove to me that they can compete with a big city guy. You know what I mean? I'm from the big city. I'm from the capital. So how do you know that, Mike? So take for instance Alabama. You got Birmingham. Everybody talk about Birmingham, Alabama. But Birmingham, Alabama is technically not the capital. The capital is Montgomery. So it's like underlining competition between Birmingham and Montgomery. It's not like no out loud disrespect competition. It's just like Birmingham is in like first of all, it's two different cities for one. Number two, the capital is so controlled, but it is all black. It's so controlled, but it's all black. So it's like if you move to Montgomery and you don't have a lot of relatives there, you're gonna struggle just like you would in any other city. But your struggle gonna be a lot worse because why? It's more compact. Most of those people are kin to each other versus moving to Birmingham. Now Birmingham, I got a way lot more family. So in Birmingham, that's where majority of my family's at. So you go into Birmingham and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Is more on a mountain. Birmingham is a mountain. Even when you come in on the interstate, when you come in on the interstate, I'm gonna tell you the difference. Say I come in from Selma to Montgomery, it's just like a 4 lane interstate. Two going one direction, two going the next, and it gets extremely dark outside. So when you coming from Selma to Montgomery, there's nothing out there but like country land. You know what I'm saying? Big, big, big land. But when you coming into Birmingham, it's a lot different because you're on a different type of interstate. That interstate go from 2 lane or what we call 4 lane, two on one way, two on the next, then it turned to 6 lanes. Then I think it then it turned to 4 lanes. Now, when you coming directly from like Tuscaloosa or Gaston, excuse me, into Birmingham, that's when you start seeing the mountain. Like, yeah, they got to they carved out the mountain so the interstate can go on into the city. And it's like, say for instance, the radio station in Birmingham. The radio station in Atlanta is in Midtown. Most radio stations are in Midtown Atlanta, right? It's not like that in Birmingham. And in Birmingham, they got a thing called Fourth Ward. Fourth Ward is like downtown Birmingham. The radio station not over there. The radio station is kind of on the outskirts, above the city. You can see it from the city. You have to go to Birmingham just to kind of get an idea on what you're looking at. But what I'm saying. By me saying that, I'm saying that just because you think a place is the same, it's not. Everywhere's different, and the reason I chose to be in Atlanta is because it's kind of the more larger, compact city, and it can house entertainers. All in these other cities get a little bit more dangerous because people have a lot more to prove. It ain't proving that I'm tougher than you. It's like, bruh, I don't feel like I'm on the level of this artist. This a A-list artist. And to us in Atlanta, we looking at dude like he not A-list. He not A-list. You know what I mean? He may be a great artist. He may be a signed artist. But A-list, he not A-list. Just like comedians. Some people I look at certain comedians like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is an A-list comedian, right? Cat Williams. Cat Williams is an A-list comedian. But then you got some comedians that's from the city, not the young ones, that's kind of like 40, 45, 50 years old. They comedians. They not on Kevin or Cat Williams. And you gotta think about it, the trajectory of these talents, you know what I'm saying, of a comedian. Like, and that comedian ain't doing like 50 city tours. You're not touching 50 cities on your tour, my boy. Just you headlining. How can you consider yourself a A-list comedian? So as a rap artist and as an artist, to me, as an A-list artist, you're supposed to be able to not only tour all 50 states in America, but you should be able to do it twice. Cause that's what the A-list rapper is doing. He's hitting 2 or 3 cities in a state, just like Alabama. People don't go to that market because it's a small market. Man, it's 2 cities in that state. You telling me yo your album sales is so good that you're not going to go to to us? It's 4 cities in the state. You got Huntsville, Birmingham, Montgomery, Mobile, and everything in between. Selma may be a smaller town, but Selma is very historic. Gaston is very historic. Tuscaloosa is undeniable the spot because of University of Alabama. So you telling me that's 7 cities, 7 towns, 7 communities that you overlook because you feel like you're an A-list artist? Hey, that's on you. But Cat Williams not doing that. Cat Williams not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, for the guys that's young, I seen a documentary on the boys in Mississippi, and they like, man, what we're going through there. Trust me, I can relate. I can relate that. I understand that. Hey, man, you feel like, man, I don't know no way out. You gotta. First of all, you need to find you a very good car, and then you gotta travel throughout the South. Then you gotta network. You gotta understand how many people I went through. I had to network with. I had to contact with. I had to sit down and be around. It almost seemed like you're being fake because you meet so many people. Like, how you being real with all those people? Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta understand, bro. In the city, some cities might not like you because your ethics. And what I mean by ethics, your morals, the things that you value. I ain't gonna put up with that. But you gotta understand that might not be good for business. So let's take you on a journey this week. So this week, I had to be a lot more aggressive than my natural self. So I'm like, man, they be like, all you gotta, what people say is, all you gotta do is get angry, gonna show its true colors. Not necessarily, bro. You can still use that emotion, but not lose character. You can still use that emotion and not lose yourself in that emotion. That emotion don't have to control you. And the reason I said that is because it's things that I had to check. You know what I mean? Not check as far as like, oh, I'm in your face. No, it's like to-do list. I had to do that. I had to do it. If I didn't do it, it was gonna make me look like I'm just out of control. I'm just an unethical person. I'm just a blanked out mind. When in actuality, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, man. In business, you gotta learn how to use all your emotions. You gotta know when to feel sad. Oh, that's kind of heartbreaking. How do I deal with that? I need to figure out ways to cheer myself up. I need to get around cheerful people. I'm tired. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? They were like, tired is the emotion. In my opinion, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You could be tired of people attitude. You need to be able to recognize that stuff is dealing with your psyche. Like I'm tired of that. How I'm gonna deal with me being tired of dealing with those type of individuals. You know what I mean? So when it come down to things like that, that's what I had to deal with this week. This week was a very good week. First of all, last Saturday before I dropped my video, I don't know. I think I dropped it last Saturday. I went out to my area in the fourth ward. That's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? I lived in Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to really get a chance to like, live and have real stories in Pittsburgh. So, by me coming out and living in Pittsburgh and working in fourth ward, technically you can't live in fourth ward because it is a industry area. But it's a part of my area. Why? Because I'm from downtown. My housing, I literally ride the train 2 stops. Oh, this is a very beautiful woman. Hi, homegirl. She got her nails did. What's up, babe? Looking thicky. But Atlanta does have a lot of beautiful women. So man, back to fourth ward. When I say the city came out and turned out and we had a good time, that was a good day. Nobody knew about it. We didn't post. We didn't take pictures. We didn't say nothing. We just communicated with our area, how we communicate with each other. And, it was a party. Sunday, I got a chance to rest. You know what I mean? I rested on that Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. I chilled out. Monday, um, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was stressed. I had some bills to come in. I had a show Saturday, this Saturday, not the Saturday that we was in 4-4, but this Saturday. I was like, man, I don't want to advertise for the show, cause last time I did all that advertising for the show, nobody came to the show. As far as like my audience, the little crew I put together, they ran off. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling people, they not answering the phone when I get out. I remember I did 10 days before that show. They not picking up the phone. The girls, I invited 2 girls to the show. They didn't come to the show. And this what made me really pissed off. It was like 20 other artists on the show. One guy got up there and performed like 20 songs. He get up, perform 20 songs, man. And I'm like, bro, you pulling out all these songs, man. And ain't nobody here to come see you. Ain't selling out one ticket. You got 20 songs. I felt like that was just so strange. You know what I'm saying? And I watched him perform. And then in the middle of the show, the agent, he pulled the plug on the concert. He was like, man, y'all ain't sell y'all ticket. I'm gonna pull the plug on. So my agent is going through so much as an agent because he's booking artists and the artists are not selling tickets. But he understands that because he designed this platform and his agency for underground artists. But it was the fact that it was like 20 other artists on the ticket and I went to jail. So I'm looking at it like, bruh, if I was out for those 10 days and I got a chance to really spread the word on that show, all those people that would have came to the show would have came on behalf of me. And then the agent, the guy that booked the ticket, the agent, you know what I'm saying? He ain't made no money. So the artist ain't made no money. So I'm like, bro, I'm not making no money. They ain't making no money. One dude, he brought his parents and his friends. He's a very new artist. I understand that my parents ain't coming to this show or my friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally finding people to come support me as an artist. I'm a little bit more developed than he is. Because why? I did open mics. You know what I'm saying? And they not doing open mics. They're dealing with directly with an agency. So, with all that being said, I'm looking at this show like I'm stressing over you, but I'm gonna put you on the back burner. I'm not. I want to hear and see if people know about this next show. Man, when I tell you I ain't hear not one person advertise this show. I ain't see this show advertised on no social media platform. I ain't see this show advertised by the agent or the agency. I ain't see this show advertised by none of the people I had in my squad. So those people didn't even go through the agency. They didn't know the agent. So I get it. They didn't know the agent. I ain't hear nobody around me. So probably like this is the beginning of the week. So I'm like, people probably think I ain't doing nothing daytime, but the whole time I'm working. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I want to see what happens, and I'm gonna finish my website. So make sure y'all go to my website. Merch is coming. The designer T-shirts are coming. Make sure you go to the website and you support the brand. And I'm finishing my website, man. It things that I didn't even know that I had to do with my website. I got done. So I'm dealing with that, but I'm just saying this show is kind of stressing me out. Do I want to go or do I don't want to go? So I wake up one morning, probably like Wednesday, because I'm just working on my website in my own little world. This comedian, he taking shots at what we got built over here. I got the 100 Black Men from going to school in Alabama. I wanted to make sure I bridged that gap in the South where artists and young entrepreneurs, man, it don't matter if you're in the hair industry or whatever industry, as far as like business go. If you're from a small town, I understand the lack of opportunity and building something that is um, what we call equity solid. It's very difficult to do that because you live in a small town. It ain't enough people for you to really sell and make a strong sale. You have to be a part of clubs and organizations. The 100 Black Men is a form of a club. Why a comedian who's supposed to be with an artist dragging the club and African Americans built that club? And I was just like, I don't understand, bro. You rich. But I do understand it because you got to remember what I said. A lot of times when you come from a smaller town or city, you're a lot more aggressive than these people. And when they see that type of aggression, they feel threatened by it. And that's why I got loud so y'all can see. If you go to my Twitter and my Instagram, I talk about certain things. Only for you can see that I am composed. I don't have to retaliate. I don't gotta act out in violence. I just gotta get loud. And people start getting having nervous breakdowns. So imagine the type of aggression that you're bringing when your mentality is to react. And every song they put out, they talking about how they gonna react. Every comedian sketch, they talking about how they react. They talking about how they're getting down, how they're moving. But you know what I'm saying. But you get around these artists, and then you be in this industry. You get around their industry friends, and you start acting like that, they see it and they like, this guy is crazy. And that's what happened with my work. So I'm gonna give you a story, man. So I tried to run down on one of my homegirls. I never called her my girlfriend at the time. I called her my friend. She told me she had a little situation going on. I said, cool, you know what I'm saying? We could be cool. You know what I'm saying? I'll be a little side piece, da 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 da. It's whatever. You know what I mean? She lying. She ain't had no nigga. She was just saying that shit. And I feel like she said that shit kind of blow me off. So I was like, I ain't gonna take you serious. You blowing me off, right? We in the city, baby. It's millions of people down here, man. You blowing me off, I'm gonna go meet somebody else. And that's what happened. I went and met somebody else that was just as dope as her. And she's a complete mystery. So she like, I ain't know she was mad. She was like, nigga, how you gonna motherfucker try to holler at me and then go find you a motherfucking actual girlfriend or another friend that's a female? I was like, Shawty, I told you be cool. You could at any time you could have hit me. At any time you could have pulled up on me. You looked at me like a burden. Like, man, why I want to deal with that? I'm a burden to you, baby. Like, why would I want to motherfucker deal with that? So, you know what I mean? I ran down on her. I know where she at. My phone, crazy story, right? The week before that, my phone, I lose it. I tell my homeboy, I tell my homeboy, I said, hey man, I lost my phone, man. I need to get into my bank account. I need to make this, I need to get into my bank account, man. You know what I'm saying? When I get a chance, we can do that. I'll let you get the phone. I'm like, man, I just need a verification code to get into my bank account. That's all I need, dude. I need to understand why I can't get in this bank account. So I had to go check all my other bank accounts, and they had closed. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I ain't been paying attention to them bank accounts that long. But I didn't realize that. So when I went to the another bank, I want to open up another bank account. They were like, well, tell them we can't open up a bank account that way because you have these things on your bank account. I'm like, damn, bro, all that shit happened while I was in jail. Like, who the hell got power like that? And how do they know I bank with these people unless they've been watching me? And that's the only bank I've been going to. Somebody went in there and talked to her. So when I came home, I went over there. I said, hey, what's up? How you doing? You doing all right? Hey, can I use your phone tomorrow? I need to call my lawyer, call my family. My phone gone. Uh, yeah, you can do it. I go in there. Oh, I'm finna go on lunch break. I'm going on lunch break. I need to use your phone though. What's up? Just use the bank phone. Dude said, hey, write your number down to the lawyer. And I said, for what? I already got it written down. I got the lawyer, the number phone right here. Dude kept that number and contact that lawyer, bro. And this is what this video is about. I wanted to make sure my lawyer was a strong person in my battleship. If we in this spaceship together, this a battle spaceship. Spaceship. If you're gonna be in this spaceship, this battleship with me, you gotta be on point, man. Cause people they don't see you. They don't know you. The judge know you. My lawyer, criminal lawyer, he knows you. But as far as like us using you on a day-to-day basis, man, you got free roam until them contracts come in. You feel me? You got free roam. You know what I'm saying? You a paid attorney. You finna be a paid attorney, and you know what I'm saying? I'm giving you finna go into. I'm not gonna give the details in music industry stuff because, like I said, those artists, I think they found out about that agency and went and got on the show, like 20 artists, and they didn't sell no ticket because they skipped that level, that step of open mic. So they can't figure out how to sell tickets. So I'm like, man, all right, they got the lawyer number. Let's see how this play out. So I decided, I said, I'm the captain of this ship. I'm the artist. I gotta maintain what I put out into the universe, and I decide to move as an artist. So I'm like, last week Wednesday, I was like, you know what? Let's make her the catalyst. Let's make her the butt or the short end of the stick, so she can know how it feels to be left out of the situation and not have no control over it. So I'm like, all right, we gonna make you the butt of it. My hair is still there, y'all. It's just real thick. It's woolly. So I said I'm gonna make her the catalyst. This is what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna act like I'm going off on her, and then I'm gonna let the lawyer know what other battleships are around. They're looking at me like we got a motherfucker. So we didn't call people out. They been shooting at us the whole time. We been hearing it and seeing it. We seen when they had gather up everybody in the city to fight. Like, bro, you asked for a lot of help and you not helping people get paid. Eventually, people gonna start feeling that star. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing about fame is one hell of a drug. Cause fame will have you doing stuff to remain famous, and you're not going after no money. And you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna slow that down for all you country folks. Fame will have you doing stuff for fame and not get paid. You doing things to stay relevant. Oh, I got this amount of friends on whatever social media site. Oh, I got this many views on my YouTube and all my videos. Oh, I got this many. I'm on this radio station. I'm on this platform. And the whole time, you know what I'm saying? Your contract. Imagine this. I hate to do my boy like that, but imagine this. You gotta pay. I told you about 3, 4 people in my inside of my battle. So I got my music industry lawyer, my manager, and I got a couple of agents, right? That's like 4, 5 people. So imagine if I pay all of them 30% out of my contract. That means I'm in debt by 20%. I'm in debt by 20 because manager 30, lawyer 30. And I ain't gonna tell y'all this shit gets so bad, bro. Agent 30. Any other agent another 30. Bro. That's 120% overhead. So I gotta take my 100% and take out that much percentage off top, and whatever's remaining is mine. That's not paying off my crew, my artists, whatever else I'm making. People, fame is one hell of a drug. It's crazy drug. People love it. People want to be seen. They want to be recognized. And I almost fell off. People like, oh, you fell off. Nah, 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 nah. Like, cause the way I dress, I don't give a fuck about that. I stink. I don't give a fuck about that. My car's on motherfucking flats. I don't give a fuck about that. My house dirty as hell. I don't give a fuck about that. And guess what? Because I'm famous, I can't turn that shit off. You ain't never thought about that. I'm not talking about myself in general. I'm just saying, my life can literally be like that, and I have 1 million followers on Instagram because I'm busy being famous. I'm busy making TikTok videos. You already got 120 overhead. Now you paying maids. Oh, you gonna beg your girl, baby? Why iron my clothes, baby? Wash my drawers, baby. I'm like, man, I'm supposed to be touring these big ass concerts. I'm supposed to be able to pay for a maid. They got a thing in Atlanta where they got the naked maids. Where girls will come in your house with lingerie and clean your house. We in the city, my boy. It's stuff that y'all don't see in these other states that's going on in the city that we see. Like, wait a minute, you telling me this big booty girl with a thong gonna come in my house and clean my house every time my house get dirty? The house that I'm barely at. It's like, first of all, I'm dealing with bread. Why would I want a girl like that in my house anyway? I got valuables in the house, or the house completely empty. It don't make sense to have a girl like that in my house, and I'm not there like that. But she could just say, I got booked today to clean the house. Can you let me in the room? You know what I'm saying? And you gotta think about it. Most places in Atlanta, if you're not living in a certain type of like place, it ain't no front desk reception for you. You in a regular apartment. Don't be looking down on your situation because you feel like I live in a trailer and they live in a big ass condo on an 18th floor. They like way better than mine because your trailer you probably don't got no overhead, bro. So that's what the test was with the lawyer. Is he really on this battleship? If I say deploy for battle,
Lawyer, we gotta go into this building, and I need you ready to give me everything I can get out of this situation, bro. I need you to deploy for battle. That lawyer, he suck it up real fast. Ugh, you're too aggressive. Like, bro, you know Ice Cube went into the record label with baseball bats. Hey, Jerry, get me out that contract. You ain't gonna get me out of the contract. I'm finna go above your head with this baseball bat. I'm gonna break everything in here. Give me a better deal. I want out of it. Lawyer spooked that. Oh, I don't know what to do with that. You're talking too aggressive. They not hip hop. You feel what I'm saying? They not hip hop. And when you get around other artists and they entourage and they little people that's in their circles, and they be like, man, that guy there, he's really aggressive. Yeah, man, he be tripping, man. Every time he smoke a blunt, he start tripping. Now, blunt is light in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Man, you popping beans, you on strong drugs. Some of these folks on heroin. They on crack. Young as hell. You start tweaking. Eyes bugged crazy. These folks are like, he's out of control. He's intoxicated. His mind is not there. And that's why they can't go into these little pocket cities because they don't know how to deal with somebody who really on that strong dope and he can just switch out and blank out on. And for the longest, I ain't understand. Well, I've been running all through the South. Like, man, what I'm trying to get? I need to go to this club. I need to go to this spot. I need to go to this spot. I love the South. I'm like, man, my lawyer, he gotta be ferocious because when we go into certain places, they holes in the wall. We need that contract to make sure that hole in the wall give me my front end and my back end. I get the front end and the back end on my contract, man. Hey, everything good, dog. I ain't dealing with no janky promoter. Cause I had to deal with that with the open mics. That's why you don't want to jump levels in this music shit, bro. They're like, oh, you taking your time, you getting old, da da da. Man, well, the music industry, James Brown dead. Nah, is James Brown dead, y'all? I think James Brown died. Michael Jackson had died. Prince then died, and it's still one of the strongest markets on the planet. What are they talking about? Even after you die, you worth something. The Beatles been dead probably like 50 years. You heard that regular ass car. Folks be trying to follow me around. The car's going bad. I'm telling you, bro. The Beatles probably been dead for 50 years. Elvis been dead probably almost a half a century, if not longer. And to this day, I guarantee you cannot touch those masters. Ain't nobody challenging that Elvis Presley master. I got the Elvis Presley masters. Elvis Presley, he got his own boulevard in Memphis. You heard Rick Ross said Elvis Presley Boulevard around niggas. That's iconic, bro, if you really think about it. So it ain't no such thing as, oh, you move too slow or you too old for this industry. You gotta know what you're doing. And you probably want to take as long as it takes because you could just be dealing all the way with the fame. And if your lawyer and your manager sell got you over 25, 30% per whatever you doing, you're over you're in debt, my boy. The type of debt you can't never really get out of. It's gonna take albums. You're not selling albums. And you know, we live in a generation where the music really suck. People not making organic music. They making beef music. Like I gotta show you that I'm vicious and I'm tough. I'm a rapper. They not just making a Elvis Presley type song. They not making Michael Jackson type song. They not even making 90s type song. And that's why people been complaining about, oh, hip hop is stagnant, it's dead, it's da 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 da, because they understand music quality. If I gotta say, I gotta run down on you and fight you to sell a record, and then I gotta catch you when I catch you to sell more records. That means the quality of the music is not there where you could just put out a written song and it pays off all your debt. You know what I'm saying? This is a different vibration that we're living in. Black people having an understanding of the things that we possess. I'm very possessive with everything I do. If I date a woman, I'm possessive. Come down to my money, I'm possessive. When it come down to my business, I am possessive. When it come down to my inheritance from my ancestors, I am possessive. I ain't gonna let you just snatch food out my plate and you already got a full ass plate. Your plate full, my boy. You got a full plate and you still looking at what I got on my plate. I remember, man, well, show you how big Atlanta is, bro. They got a place called Cobb County. Free thug, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? We trying our best to just monitor the situation and wish brother best. And until he tell us what he want from us, that's when we gonna move for him. But he haven't tell us nothing in detail. I was in Cobb County with but prior to that, bro, they got a place over there called what they call it? Cause Jeezy said it on Snowfall. I'm working harder than what that place is called? Papa Do's. They got a Papa Do's and Cobb. I'm in Cobb at the Papa Do's. So these two young niggas come at Papa Do's. I'm with like 8 women. Me and my sister friend, we like with 8 women. We all eat at Papa Do's, right? These 2 little rappers come out try to flash they little money. Like, nigga, what up? Nigga, I got more money than you. That's the type of shit that goes on in Atlanta. Now imagine you doing that in Mississippi. Now y'all see why y'all don't see these artists coming into your city, because that's how they act. I love Atlanta, but it is a competition in Atlanta. And this the type of ways they compete in Atlanta. I'm like, bro, I'm out with women chilling. Hold on, let me pause it. Alright, I'm back. Dude being loud. I guess he want me to say something to him. You gotta let people like that just go on by their life. That man works in a store. But man, we at Papa Do's. It's 8 women out here. Da 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 da. And he pull out his cash. Them 2 niggas walk by, pull out his cash. You know what my mind said? I should rob them niggas. I'm still an artist. I'm still a southern artist. Don't get it confused. Like that shit don't run through my mind. Like, bro, I should go rob them niggas. Just off the fact that you just tried to stun on me in front of 8 women. Like, little nigga, why the fuck you pulling out cash on me as 8 women? What like, what the fuck, nigga? Either you're a gay man trying to get my attention, trying to trick off, or you're trying to compete with me for those 8 women. And you decide to come at me and try to act like I'm some broke nigga. And I'm like, man, I don't know my situation at all. They don't know my situation at all, sorry. So what we do, bro? Let that shit just go on back. Hey, my boy, you got it, my nigga. Hell yeah, I don't got that, cause the flash that went through my mind, I know that flash going through a lot of million other young niggas that's standing behind me, shorty. That flash is going through a lot of other young nigga mind, bro. Like, you ain't finna just stunt on me in front of my women, and I'm not thinking like that nigga just went into the parking lot. Like, nigga, you just got from around everybody, my boy. And that's the type of trick that they'll want to play with you. You heard do it in the background. Oh, these people, they think they can just terrorize people. You gotta ignore people like that. Their insecurities, they will pour that shit out on you. And you'll find yourself, you see how I'm saying, in smaller city, you'll find yourself competing with somebody who moved to this city. He wasn't born in Grady. That man wasn't born in Grady. And then in his back of his mind, oh, I gotta say something to this guy. Well, we are all adults. You can just approach me as a man. Just like if those two dudes like that one of those girls in that group, he could have approached me as a man. Like, hey, my boy, hey, that's your sister. Who Shorty is? Oh yeah, that's my sister right there. I like her. Rest of them, they single, bro. You want to talk to him? I introduce you. I'm player. My name G. I'm player. I'm a cool nigga. Hey, this young nigga, he wanna get to know you, baby. That's why you gotta ignore the weirdness in this city because those same dudes want to be artists, but they work in some of the oddest places, the same places and the same jobs in your city. The same job you working in your city, he working. He just saying he from Atlanta. He's piggybacking off bigger artists. But you gotta realize people like James Brown, who didn't have no bigger artists above him, came from this state. James Brown ain't had T.I. and Jeezy above him. James James Brown is like the money artist. He's like top tier. He's the James Brown had Jets in Georgia. You understand that? Before any other artist had Jets in Georgia. And he did it in a time of segregation. So don't think because you in a smaller city, I ain't motivating. Don't think you're in a smaller city that you're less than somebody. And don't let nobody from Atlanta make you feel less than them. Because you don't understand how many people will get on that phone and call the police if you was on that real strong dope and start tweaking. I ain't on no dope. I'm gonna tell you what I smoke. I go to that motherfucking store. I buy me some Lucky Stripes cigarettes. Hold on, me find my black. I ain't got it on. And I smoke a little black and mild. I don't go past that. And the only reason I smoke that shit, because I be bored. When I was smoking cigars, I got a lot of unwanted attention. And that's what you gotta learn to ignore and enjoy your life. You gotta put yourself in a position where you can get back to enjoying life. I smoke cigars. Cigars are like $6 to $8 to own up to like $100 a cigar. But I smoke chocolate cigars. You gotta buy a torch. You gotta buy the clipper. You gotta buy the punch. The excuse me. The cigar is fully wrapped. If they don't pre-slice it, you gotta slice the tip where you burn it, and you gotta punch a hole in the back of it, young nigga. I smoke cigars. The only reason I'm smoking cigarettes and Black and Mild is because that shit is expensive. But I might just go get one so I can put down the cigarette and the Black and Mild. I just need that strong taste in my mouth to get me off just being bored. So now you see why everybody's getting high in these smaller towns. Half the time they bored. Ain't shit else to do. I might as well just relax my mind before I blank out. Ain't that what they say? They can't relate to that, bro. Hold on, me pause it. So when you live like that and you understand, you see life like that, you understand that, hey man, I shouldn't be bugging out on everybody. I gotta grow up a little bit. Like, you can't bug out on everybody, bro. They not even niggas. Dude just walk by look like one of us, a nigga. He speaking Arabic. You hear? You don't understand, you tweaking. Well, me, I'm like, he just drunk or high. He act like that every time he get drunk or high. He'll calm down when he calm down. He only doing that shit 'cause ain't no enemies around. Let that nigga have an enemy around. You gonna really see that nigga turn up. He not turning up on you. He just being motherfucking aggressive because that's who he is. But you gotta be careful with that in Atlanta because niggas will do that to you and trick you right out of your bag. They're like that. That's why I made the move with the lawyer. If I get aggressive, am I going to trick you out of your bag? Trick right out of it. Oh, girl, she was catalyst of this shit. She took the low pull. Like the hell, you gonna hit me like that? You just don't want me. You don't want to have kids. You don't want to. You don't want to spend time with me. Man, hell no. I don't give a fuck. Girl, you want to hit from the bottom. You seeing me just hitting rock bottom and bouncing back like a ball. We on the algorithm, baby. I see life as a form of stock market. I technically don't even supposed to be living in this city. You know what I'm saying? I don't have peers in this city who's gonna talk about what I want to talk about all day. I want to talk about what's the next biggest stock. I want to talk about what's the newest technology. We was talking about that Cybertruck before it dropped. I was supposed to be in a Cybertruck. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not being backed by labels. So I can't just go out and buy a Cybertruck without them saying I'm under some type of investigation. And you gonna investigate me if I buy a basketball? I bought a basketball. I'm shooting a basketball in a private gym. I got a Nike basketball. I'm shooting basketball at a private gym. Not knowing I got a small business for this. I own a small business for a personal trainer. Hey, why you worried about how I got what I got? Everybody else in here is personal trainers. And then I learned that you got to be careful. You got to get into a real private gym to be a personal trainer because 9 times out of 10 you got to work at the gym and be a personal trainer because that gym have personal trainers and they insulted. How you got more clients than me and I work here? You never know where that hate come from, shorty. That's why you can't be triggered when somebody doing something that you feel like is irregular. Now, when I first came here and I didn't have my business open. I took things kind of personal. I'm like, man, damn, bro, like that. So, bro, them dudes probably literally followed us to Papa Do's, walked into Papa Do's, then sit down, flashed their money, and walked out. just to see where we was gonna leave Papa Do's and enjoy that good ass deal, that good ass meal. You hear that, young disciple? You gotta be disciplined when you come up here and you be around me. You gotta be disciplined when I invite you out to places. You gotta be disciplined when we go into these restaurants, cause these restaurants gonna blow your mind. I go into the restaurant, I say, hey, I wanna order a white Russian. I wanna sit on the rooftop. I wanna smoke my cigars, and I want my steak cooked well medium. I want it a little bit more than medium. I don't want to see no red flesh. I want to see white flesh, and I want it crispy on the edges. Can you do that? These niggas will take you completely out of your element to impress women that ain't got what they got. You can't get mad, bro. And that's why I wanted to see what that lawyer gonna take off. Guess what? I got an email Thursday night. I ain't done with the story. We almost hit it. We finna close it. Man, Thursday night I get an email like 4 o'clock in the morning. Hey, bro, we not gonna mess with you, man. I said, word. That's all I was waiting on. I'm gonna make my next move. That's when I reveal more on my Twitter. I'm like, man, Twitter get people hurt. But these niggas been talking to me like they ready to do something wicked to me, man. They got my family scared. Bro, I'm in full protective mode now. Like, bro, no way you finna scoop my family, my boy. That mean you ready to attack my kids. I don't even got kids, nigga. You ready to take my kids out? You hear that, young nigga? You coming up from these other states and you coming to this city and you get into it, these niggas will knock you out with your kids. They don't give a fuck about your kids living on the street. And the police will help them. That's why I said something to the police. And don't none of these people live here. None of these people live in Fulton County. Back in the day, it was two Papa Dogs. You got to go to Gwinnett and you got to go to Cobb. My sister just had to live in Cobb. She's like, I want to live on the outskirts. We grew up in houses. Da 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 da. Da. I get it, sis. I understand. Not knowing, man, the police just looking for a reason to stop your ass. You ran the light. The light was yellow. You ran the light. You didn't see it. You was red. You telling me my tail end was under a red light when I just seen a whole car go through a red light and you ain't stopped. You become a target rapper. All right, that's an hour, y'all. I'm gonna wrap it up. Friday and Saturday, I decided not to go to the concert because nobody advertised the concert, and I wasn't gonna take the risk of getting to that concert and in the middle of that concert you say, "Hey man, we canceling the show," because I wanted to know. I wanted to know. I wanted to know who did somebody, and it is almost like I'm theorizing or putting up some kind of like conception or conspiracy. Did somebody try to like cancel me as an artist by getting my show canceled? No. Why read that deep? For what? Reading that deep ain't gonna solve that problem. I got other agents I'm working for. My manager finna give me more bookings. There's certain things they like, oh, you being blackballed. You're not being blackballed. You're being followed by a group of people, and they trying their best to hide from your ass because they don't know if you know the motherfuckers that be tweaking down in these motherfucking small towns. They more afraid of y'all than y'all think. What the boy Mr. Big for Mobile said, now they got me on the run, so I can't use the phone. My mama and my daughter don't even know I'm gone. People respect you. You know what I'm saying? I had a homie from Detroit, big homie from Detroit. He was a Muslim. He like, fear is two things, man. It's either fear or love, man. If people don't, I can't have people around here looking at me in fear. What I'm gonna do to them, man? He was trying to tell me about that because he heard about them sticks we had. I'm like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be fear than neglect and then fake love. I'd rather have motherfucking fear be than sit in my face, smiling in my face, and trying to stab me in my back with that fake love. Because the only thing we promise is is the graveyard and when we was born. We was promised those two things: the day we was born on this planet and the day we leave this planet. So technically, we only promise one thing, and that's the day we go. Some people that choose to live their life a certain type of way to make that shit speed the fuck up. Don't speed your life up, young nigga. Don't be trying to rush into the pen and don't be trying to rush into that grave. Of course you gonna face that in your life. What man on the planet has it? Especially with this color skin, copper. My skin darker than gold. Skin copper, baby. Skin burnt. You know what I'm saying? And they be like, oh, that's kind of racist. And white people get in trouble. Get their ass in trouble. Trust me. There's ways to get white people in trouble. There's ways to get people that's in position of power to get their ass in trouble. You just gotta learn the way they do it. And then make your move from there. You don't gotta always answer the problem with violence. Violence is not always the answer. A wise man will try to figure out way more ways to figure out his problems before he just boil it down to violence. You gotta be disciplined like that. You gotta be so disciplined that violence was my last option on dealing with this person. And if a person don't understand that you're trying to make every move to prevent from being violent, he's speeding up his life. Cause I wake up every day and I tell God, God, surround me with your shield. Let my angels surround me and keep me. No harm should come upon my crown and my head. No harm. No harm. Should nothing come to me and make me feel like something's gonna happen to me. Because God got me. And I believe God's gonna keep me. Because I love God that much. No matter if you whatever religion you in. At the end of the day, we call God God. And on that note, I pray y'all be blessed. And I'm gonna talk to y'all about another week. Let's see how this week go, baby. And believe me, when I tell you this, I got more and more content coming. I got a phone. I got my phone back, whatever. And the thing is, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Also, make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe on this YouTube. It's small, it's growing, it's moving at whatever rate it's moving at, but eventually it's gonna catch on. I be ahead of my time with a lot of stuff, even when I feel like I'm late. I'm late to do this, then it don't even take off. And then you give it a little while, it start picking up. The ones that catch on the way it's supposed to catch on, that's when I'm gonna make the decision on how I want to deal with it. I can't give out all of my great ideas right now because it's not gonna be beneficial for me. Yeah, that. Make sure y'all stay disciplined. Make sure y'all make sure y'all give thanks to your ancestors, and most important, give thanks to God. Shout out to all my big homies. We love y'all. One love from both sides of the planet, or rag, or military group, however you feel. And make sure you articulate yourself, young man, because words are very powerful. And you can say the wrong word, and people can feel like you a threat to them. Just like dude, man, yeah, like he terrorizing the neighborhood. He don't know what he's speaking out of his mouth. You know, he haven't been inside our culture. That's why you be hearing people say, man, that man a culture vulture, man. He came in our culture. He made all this music about what he gonna do, how he gonna do it. And he ain't doing none of that shit. Got rich. While we out here going to jail. Cause we thinking we gotta live like that. Man, be blessed, man. Keep God first, man. You gotta understand some people ain't they not finna jeopardize their good life to fuck up their good life just to fuck with you. They not willing to do that. I gotta give up my good. I'm living good than a motherfucker. I gotta get that shit up just cause I fuck with this nigga. Some people's lives are not that good as you think. And with that being said, y'all be blessed. Peace.